Unpopular celebrities. Yeah, we speak that truth so effortlessly. Live mic, no script, just energy. From the block to the base to the legacy. Unpopular, yeah, celebrities. Started with a combo, now the world leaning in. Four vets in the room, let the stories begin. No filters, no scripts, just wisdom and sin. We talk hustle hard and the places we've been. From the field to the mic, that growth is the lesson. Turn pressure into presence, that's the real confession. Got the crowd tuned in for the raw. Yeah, we speak that truth so effortlessly. Live mic, no script, just energy. From the block to the base to the legacy. Unpopular celebrity. Talk music, talk ball, talk rank and salute. Every topic on the table, every word in pursuit. We the voice for the ones that the world overlook. Turn pain into punchlines, life into the hook. Yes, in the chair, we breaking the mold. Every episode's heat, every message is gold. No gimmicks, no mask, just purpose and peace. When the lights come on, that real don't cease. Unpopular celebrities. Yeah, we speak that truth so effortlessly. Live mic, no script, just energy. From the block to the base to the legacy. Unpopular celebrity. We ain't chasing fame, we redefining the game. Give light to the name that the system can't tame. Got the people tuned in, cause they feel our lane. It's the voice of the real, not a chase for acclaim. Mic check, then the vibe start to settle for a host. One stage and the truth is the medals, this the medal. So before that show start, let the beat breathe steady. When you hear that name, just know we ready. Oh yeah, when you hear the name, just know we ready. Unpopular celebrities. Yeah, we speak that truth so effortlessly. Live mic, no script, just energy. From the block to the base to the legacy. Unpopular celebrities.
Oh no, I'm not even on. I'm on mute. What up? What up? I ain't got to worry about putting the headphones on. It's just me bringing y'all a midday chat from unpopular celebrities. See if Philly gonna get on in a little bit. If not, it's all good. But we are doing, or I am doing, on the WNBA shutdown, because that's what I'm calling it. It's the shutdown is a term that is being thrown around quite often in the public eye. I'm going to go ahead and use that today. Don't mean any disrespect by anybody who was affected by the shutdown or anything, just the way I can make sure the messages get across to as many people as possible. Uh, First and foremost, we're going to talk about all the things that's been happening the last 4 months in the WNBA. We ain't really talked about too much. If y'all didn't know, I watch the WNBA quite often. I watch a lot of college basketball too. I like the women's college basketball more than the men's college basketball, to be honest. About the same. I'll say about the same. Let me not disrespect. I'll say about the same. But there has been a lot of problems with negotiating the WNBA versus the WNBPA, which is the PA is the Player Association or Players Union. If anybody's been a part of any big corporations, usually have a union. No different from the NBA has a union. The bargaining agreements, same thing for the NFL has a union. Everybody has a union, so it's nothing too different at all. But a lot of things been happening, so we'll go back. And for y'all that have been keeping up, this is going to be a recap. For y'all that haven't, this is going to be very eye opening to negotiating. Right, when you negotiate, first thing you have to have is leverage. If you ain't got no leverage, you ain't gonna negotiate anywhere. Okay, just got a message. So it just be me the whole time. So last 4 months. What up? What up? What up? Who is that? I can't see your name. Mateo? Is that what it is? Dale Brown in the building. What's up? Educate us on the matter. I don't know. I didn't know this. Oh, hey, no problem, big dog. And this will be on the YouTube, so y'all be able to see it. But 4 months ago, so back in October, about 5 months ago, October 25, the prior CBA which is the collection bargaining association or agreement, expired on October 31st. So Halloween, no trick or treats here for the WNBA. They have expired. But the parties agreed to a 30-day extension. You will see this is a common theme with these extensions. So November 30th came around. They agreed to extend again, pushing the CBA to January 9th. Now, if y'all don't know, the WNBA starts around May. So this stuff should all be over with so they can do the draft, get the venues, do the free agency. Of course, the college basketball players, they go right after this. So they get done in March. They start playing in May. So college basketball, female college basketball, get out March Madness for those that make it all the way mid-March sometimes late March. They get like a couple weeks off and then they go right into a couple weeks off. They go into the WNBA draft in April and then they start playing in May. So all this stuff needs to be squared away. So I told y'all about November, they extended again. Late November 2025, the NBPA submitted a major economic proposal on November 28th. Remember that meeting was on November 30th with a huge increase in salary cap and salaries, which leverages views as unrealistic. So if y'all don't know, the WNBA has been around for the last 29 years, I want to say. They have not made one profit. So for the last 29 years, the owners, the stakeholders, which if you don't know, is the NBA, the WNBA, and then a couple of individuals that have some parts in this. And then, of course, the owners as well as part of the WNBA. They all have money involved. If I'm giving you money I'm trying to think of anything I gave money to for 29 years that never gave me a return on investment. I don't know one thing that I've kept for 29 years that you thought was going to give you money and never came back with any money. That's pretty crazy. Some things like stocks and stuff like that, maybe 10 years, 29 years not getting any profit back. And you're steadily putting money into this product over and over. All right. So we talked about November, December. As of January 9th, deadline approached. Coverage highlights that a work stoppage, lockout, or strike was now a real possibility, aimed record league growth and new media rights lapse. So if you don't know, WNBA has a huge media rights, and we'll talk about that. I think the players are making a mistake, especially when the most recent proposal would raise the minimum salary $75K a year from $75K a year to $250K. Max salary would go up 1.3. And we'll talk about this, Lampkin. That's a great point. It is wild. If somebody said they're going to give you you're making $75K a year and next year you're making $250K and you'd be like, nah, I'm good. What the? Anyway, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Sorry about my cough. So in January 9th, they said, you know what? We're going to go on a strike. If you don't pay us what you owe us, we're going to go on a strike. The WNBA didn't budge. Because remember, I've been losing money for 29 years. What would I care if you're going on a strike? That would really help me out. I don't lose any money now, right? Because I wasn't making any money anyway. All right, so January 9th, the extension period ended. The sides entered a status quo phase. No new CBA, but play not yet stopped. All right. So, hey, we're just going to keep things as they were for last year. Since y'all can't agree, we're just going to keep things where they were. And both sides said they would keep negotiating rather than extending. Cool. Late January 2026. Multiple reports describe negotiations as a stalemate with no new deal for 2026 season. Sat roughly 100 days away from the WNBA yet to respond to the players' late proposal. So the WNBPA, the players, said this is what we want back in November. We want more salary. They want to get more of the TV rights that they got. If y'all don't know, and late breaking news for y'all that don't know, the NBA, the National Basketball Association, negotiated the TV rights with Amazon. Amazon's the big proponent of this. Adam Silver said, if you want the NBA, you will take the WNBA as well. Amazon came back and said, we just want Caitlin Clark games, which will be a highlight of this conversation. We just want Caitlin Clark games. They were like, nope, you take all of them or you get none of them. So they were like, well, we want the NBA, so we'll go ahead and take the WNBA. That's how the W got these TV right deals, is because of the NBA. I'm not saying it's right, wrong, or different. I'm just reporting. All right. That's how they got the deal, is because of the NBA, because the NBA is part owner of the WNBA. So why wouldn't they do? Smart from Adam Silver. Super smart from Adam Silver. All right, we go from February all the way to February 1, 2026. The first, remember this started in October. This is the first in-person bargaining session involving players since October took place in New York, characterized as helpful, but still without an actual new proposal from the league. Players expected the next move to come from the WNBA. So the players bargaining went back and said, we ain't got no new deal. This is what we want. The WNBA said, all right, I guess we're still here. Remember, they're not making any money. So if you don't play, the only people getting hurt is the WNBPA or the players. That's it. If I am giving you money, if I'm giving you $10 and you're giving me $8 back or $5 back for the last 28 years, why the hell would I keep giving you $10 every year? You're only going to give me $5 back. So if you say, hey, you ain't got to do that, either give me $15 or, you know what, I'm not giving you any money back. Okay, cool. Put my $10 in my pocket. It's all good. Marcellus Wiley had a great point to this. And the point was that he said he's talking to one of his friends and said that he got a divorce. You know, sad to say, he got a divorce. But he said, you know what? I'm actually happy to give her 50% because she was taking 100% when she was married to me. Now that she's divorced, she's only giving 50%. So it's cheaper for me. That's exactly what's going on with this. Hey, don't play. It's actually saving me money. Now it sucks because you got, they're not thinking about the fans. They are clearly not thinking about the fans. Rick Review. What's good, big homie? WNBA tickets are still $7, but they're going to stay that way unless Caitlin Clark come play. We'll talk about that. All right, so those were kind of what happened. So let's talk about the core disputes, why they are disputing. It is over money, and I hate to say it, it is over the veterans wanting money. Now, think about the NBA. The NBA is making substantial more money now than in the Michael Jordan era. We'll just say 90s. We'll just say 90s because I won't put them in eras. But they'll make it more money now. Picture Charles Barkley or Michael Jordan being upset because they didn't get paid what the NBA players are getting paid. Or picture somebody who just recently retired like Chris Paul being upset because he didn't get paid while he was in the NBA the money that these new players like Cooper Flag or somebody coming to the league now are getting paid. That's really put a bow on this, what this is all about. They are upset because they didn't get paid, and now they only got 2-3 years left in the league. They're like, hey, I need to make as much money as I can. So everybody that is part of the PA, the WNBA PA, are all veteran players, which, okay, should be. I understand that. But you can't be upset that all of a sudden you can make more money. Like Lampkin says, the minimum salary was $75K a year. The WNBA said, we'll give you $250K a year. And they said no. What? And the max salaries, which only a few players will get the max, and it's not going to be none of the veterans, goes to $1.3 million. And they said no. Okay. Core disputes, revenue sharing, and salary systems. Players want a salary system tied more directly to the league and team's revenue, similar in concepts to the NBA revenue sharing. So the NBA, I think, is 50%, if I'm not mistaken. The NBA and NFL, I think, are 50%, and they share that 50% goes to players, 50% goes to the league. But they also make billions of dollars. The WNBA doesn't make any money. So how am I going to share something that is zero? It's just like basic math. Anything times 1 is 1. Anything divided by 0 is 0. So we can't divide zero because we're not making anything. It's going to be zero. The WNBA reportedly proposed that players receive 30% of total league, remember zero, and team revenues more than double the league's revenue share concept. So the league said we'll give you what, 12%, I think it was 10%. And they were like, I said, we know 30%. But you're not. So the team revenue I get, because they get that from ticket sales, of course, from merchandise they sell, from the hot dogs and all that crap they sell during the games, from TV deals, they get all that stuff. So I get why you want that, but from the league, who's making zero, you're getting zero. All right. The union late November proposal included, here we go, 2026 salary cap around $12.5 million, more than 8 times the 2025 cap. This is the problem. The veterans want the money now. 8 times in 1 year? Name a league, name anything, any civilians out there that got 8 times more money in a year. That is wild. If you're making $1 an hour, hey, we'll move you up to $9 an hour the next year. Like, what did I do? And I'm just using dollars because it's easy for me to do math. But $10 to $80. Like what? $100 to $800. More a year in 1 year. Averaging salary around $1 million. So the average salary, the league said the average salary should be $250K. The the players want $1 million. $1 million for the average. That's way less than the NBA. Way, way less than the NBA. But that's what they want. All right, maximum salary around $2.5 million. So that's the max salary that you can only probably give to one player or so. About 20% of the proposed cap. 20% goes to max salary. So one player, which is kind of how the NBA does, a little bit less, but it's pretty close. So I get where they're getting their numbers from. It just doesn't compute when they're not making money. The league prefers a fixed salary cap. So this is the WNBA, says they want a fixed salary cap model, which with additional revenue shares only if revenue exceeds certain targets. So they are thinking from the financial spectrum of saying, hey, if we get more money, we'll pay you more money. But if we don't, how are we going to pay you? It makes sense. And this is just from, so you got to think. And you got to remember, the WNBA only plays for 4 months. So they want all this money for 4 months of work. I mean, they do their craft. So I will give them that. All right. Minimum maximums and player growth. Under the league side of decision, proposals have included, so this is the league, raising the maximum salary to around $850,000, a significant increase over the current CBA top figure. So it's just a significant increase. I don't know what it is, but this is what Lampkin was talking about. Raising minimum salaries roughly mid $60,000 to above $225,000 over time. With the average above $500,000 in its newer proposal. So over time, they will make more money. So this is why the veterans are upset, which I get it. From their standpoint, they want life-changing money now because Kelsey Plum's Nageka Okbumake, sorry for butchering your name, it's not on purpose. Kelsey Plum, AT, Alyssa Thomas, Brittany Griner, all these players have probably 2-3 years left at the most. And they want as much money as they can because they want life-changing money so they can retire. Makes sense. They've been playing for 10, 12 years, can barely scrape by for how their lifestyle supports, because I be seeing most of these WNBA players driving around in really nice cars. It ain't that bad. All right. Players see this is still short of what they believe the new media deal and record attendance justifies, especially relevant to the 1 million average and 2.5 million maximum they requested. So they're saying, hey, league, y'all are getting more money. I remember for the last 29 years, I wasn't giving nothing. but now I'm getting more money. Pay me more money. All right. The gap between a $850 max and 200 or $850,000 max and a $2.5 million max is one of the clearest signs how far apart they are. So the league is saying 850,000, the players are saying we want 2.5 million. There's a lot of money in between that. I can't do the math right now, but it's a couple million or about a million, million and a half, something like that. In between that, I can't do the math, so forgive me. All right, working conditions. They also said beyond raw money, the PA, so the players, have emphasized minimum standards of game and practice facilities. So they want better practice facilities. Hey, and game facilities. Makes sense. I'll give you that. Improve retirement benefits. Hey, makes sense over time. Yep, retirement. You play in the league for 5, 10 years, we'll give you a better retirement. Makes sense. Can't argue that one. Expand family planning and pregnancies uh, okay, so they want to help out with women that get pregnant during the league, either come back, get some money, something like that, because some women want to get pregnant. They only have so often, right? You can't do the high risk pregnancies after a while. Makes sense. I give you that. Got you. The gap between, oh, I'm sorry. Housing. Housing. This is a crazy one. Reports notes ongoing frictions over housing agreements and standards, which players see as part of a basic professional treatment. So they want help with housing. What's your paycheck for? It's almost like the military getting BAH. So they just want BAH. It's pretty much what it says. But they don't want, $1,000 for BAH. No. They want like $20,000 for BAH on top of their paycheck that they're asking the $2.5 million for. You got to give somewhere. You got to give. These issues tie into a broad push of respect and professionalism highlighted by the players' public messaging. For example, pay us what you owe us. Warm-up shirts during 2025 season. Such a crude statement. Pay us what you owe us is very crazy thing to say. Here's where we're at currently, and then I'll get into my rant and my opinion, but I just want to get y'all up to par. As early as February 2026, there's still no new CBA, only a status quo extension. So basically saying that everything's going to stay the same. Are y'all going to play or not? Recent in-person meeting focused more on sharing philosophies and perspectives than on swaying new economic numbers. But they did clarify that the league is now expected the responding formalities to the new WNBA proposal. So basically, they want WNBA players change your dang proposal. That's all I need you to do is change your proposal. That's what the NBA is saying. The WNBA, the league is saying, players change your proposal, because the players have went back twice since November and said hey, we ain't changed anything. We ain't changed a dollar. We ain't went up or down. We'll talk about leverage. And here's the crazy part. Oh, we'll get on that during my rant. Final thing. Both sides said they want to avoid shortening or canceling 2026 season. Okay, makes sense. But the combination of mixed deadlines, no deals, and big economic gaps have kept the possibility of work stoppage in place. So this is why I call it a shutdown, because that's pretty much what it is. All right, enough reading. I got y'all up to par. My rant. You can't leverage what you don't have. The product you are putting out is because of one player, Caitlin Clark, is holding the league up on her shoulders. Dolo. I appreciate AT. I appreciate Asia Wilson, who's also a veteran player. I appreciate Paige Beckers, who's a younger player. I even appreciate, we'll just stop right there. Bonner's a good player. There's a bunch of good players. There's a bunch of rookies that are coming in. And then don't forget about all the college stars that you got coming in also. So I appreciate all these players. I really do. I really have respect for all these players. But what I won't say, is anybody is holding up the league like Caitlin Clark. If you look at her attendance and you look at everybody else's attendance, her attendance is blowing them out of the water by financials. And I will be honest with y'all. Last year, I've never said this publicly, but I'm saying it now. Last year, I was a season ticket holder for the WNBA, for the Mercury, to be more specific. I sold my Caitlin Clark tickets. They came out twice. I sold both of them for upwards of $1,500 a ticket. The highest ticket I sold for other games, any other game, the highest one was $400 a ticket, and that was Paige Becker's. Do you see the difference? Do you see why Caitlin Clark is your golden goose? Let the golden goose lay her eggs. She will give you gold. She should be a part of the Players Association. She should be a part because she is holding the league up. It's crazy. And all you have is a bunch of bitter veterans that are upset because they want life-changing money now, which makes sense. I get it. But you just came into the league during the infancies by virtue of when you were born, nothing else. The league has lost money for 20. You had 29 years to take the excuse me, take the league from 0 to infinity. You took it from 0 to 25K a year, 75K a year in 28 years. That's where you took it. And some of the people on the Players Association don't even play in the WNBA no more. And they're upset. And then you have past players who come out, like Rebecca Lobo, who's saying, yo, be happy with what you got. In 4 years, take the league where you want to and renegotiate. Here's the other problem. The people negotiating the deal, I gave you some of the names, have this other competitive league. It's a 3-on-3 league, just like the big three that Ice Cube has, called Unrivaled, which is a good league. It's a good league, but they're not making any money. But the 30 players or something like that that's playing in this league, the Unrivaled, the owners is Colliard, who's a player in the WNBA, and Stewie, I can't think of her name, but her nickname is Stewie. Y'all can look her up. Stewie, who is also a player in the WNBA. Veterans. They're negotiating a WNBA deal when they are owners of a rival league called, crazily, Unrivaled. What? How are you going to compete or bargain when you're competing? It does. I'm so lost. I'm so lost. Here's the leverage part. I told you they're not making any money. What leverage do you possibly have? If I'm not giving you any money, what leverage do I have? You guys are out there, guys, excuse me. You ladies are out there missing wide open layups game after game. The product's not good. There's only one player that people will come out and see right now. Right now. For the most part, Adrian Wilson is up there. AT is up there. Let me give them respect and give them their flowers. There's some other players that's up there. Kelsey Plum, of course, is up there. There's a player on the Mystics. I can't remember her name. I love her to death. She's a rookie. Matter of fact, let me give her justice. Let me make sure I give her name. There you go. Citron. Thank you. Citron, who I love to death, who's a hooper. But she's not moving the needle like Caitlin Clark. I can go team by team. I can go team by team and look at the roster and tell y'all who are the max salary players. Let me do this. We can look at the rosters for every team and figure out who the people are. Alicia Gray. I forgot my girl Gray. She's a hooper for the Atlanta Dream. Chicago Sky. Of course, you got the layup missing Angel Reese, who will get better over time. She's just trash right now, but she'll get better over time. All right, Connecticut Suns. Y'all don't have anybody. Y'all have Tina Charles. That's it. Who's also a veteran. Okay, of course, the Dallas Wings, I already said, Paige Becker. Oh, man, Golden State, Veronica Burton. I forgot about her. Veronica Burton. So you have players in the league. Of course, Indiana has Caitlin Clark. The Aces have too many players. The player who makes the most in the league right now is Jackie Young. My girl, Jackie Young. If y'all didn't watch the finals for the finals, of course, the Sparks has Kelsey Plum. Minnesota Lynx, Nafisa Collier. They also got my girl McBride, Kayla McBride. Who's a hooper? The Liberty. I'll get her name now, but you got Enescu, who I forgot all about. Brianna Stewart. There you go. That's Stewie. Brianna Stewart. She's the part owner. The Mercury, all right, man, you got Bonner. You got Copper, who I didn't name. She's been quiet throughout this whole thing. AT, of course. And Portland, so the two new teams, Toronto Tempo and Portland Fire, you look them up, they don't even have a team. They have no players on the team because they can't do anything. Skylar Diggins, who's a little older, her time's up. Zay Cook, I like her to death, but she don't get that too many playing time. And Washington Mystics, we just talked about Citron. So you have players with the league. Most people I named were vets and rookies. Play off the rookies. Just give the rookies the mantle. And just know, veterans, you took the league as far as you could for right, wrong, or different reasons. And this is as far as you could take them. Let the rookies, Citron, Caitlin Clark, you got Juju coming in the league in a couple years or two. So let them take the mantle. And y'all sit there like everybody else does. Rebecca Lobo and Candace Parker. Be veterans. A lot of y'all ain't going to make it. And be broadcasters. That's where y'all money. I mean, there might be more money in the TV deal. Be happy about that, but don't stop the league. I guarantee you this is my prediction, and I'll shut up. 30 minutes of my rant. This is my dang prediction. The players are going to wait to the last minute. They're going to say, all right, we're going to do this for the fans. For the fans. We'll do it for them. And then the league is going to be in torment because they're going to be scrambling, trying to figure out what to do. And then the players are going to blame it on the league. Mark my words. I said it here first, February 4th. Mark my words. They will have a season because they can't afford not to. And they'll play with whatever bargain the WNBA says to play with. Mark my words. This is what's going to happen. And I might go to a game or two. Might. If my girl Veronica Burton plays, I'll go watch her. Might. But we'll see. I support them. Go get your money. Go get whatever you need to be successful. I applaud it, but do it smartly. Don't sit there and try to poke the bear, because right now, the WNBA is the bear. Don't poke them. The schedule's out. April 25th is the first game. Saturday. Schedule's out. You go on there to buy tickets, you can buy tickets. The schedule's out and ready. The only thing ain't ready is the players. New York Liberty against guess who? Take a wild guess who. Oh, it's preseason. I'm sorry. Let me go with the regular season. It don't matter. But the regular season starts May 8th. The preseason first game, only one game. Guess who? Caitlin Clark. Game 2. Guess who? Caitlin Clark. On TV. The only 2 preseason games are Caitlin Clark. Preseason. Regular season, you got 3 games. The funny thing is, guess who's not on there? But the first regular season game on a weekend, the very first game, here, check out this roster. And I'm telling you, Paige Becker versus Caitlin Clark. May 9th. First game, 10 o'clock in the morning, Mountain Time. Next game, Phoenix Mercury, Las Vegas Aces. If y'all don't know, that's the rematch to the finals. Third game, Chicago Sky, who is that? Angel Reese, versus the Portland Fire, which we have no idea who they have. No idea who they have. And then they start the season from there, and, everybody else will play. But if y'all heard the first 2 games, Caitlin Clark, ride your golden goose. It's just like having, I didn't say she's like him, but it's like having Jordan in the league and not saying this is the man. Give her flowers. She's the needle mover. I mentioned a lot of other players I like, but she is the needle mover. And she can hoop. You can't hate on her. She can hoop. So, WNBA players, man, hey, pay us what you owe us. You're getting paid the funny thing you say, oh, how do I owe you money when I haven't made any money? Pay us what we're worth. Okay, I can see that your argument there because the league is getting better. Like you said, great attendance rates, stuff like that. I get that. I get that. But you ain't gonna get no money right now. It's gonna take for another CBA agreement. And you're gonna have to keep up the league. So veterans push the league to help out the younger people. Stop being greedy. Unpopular celebrities, y'all. We'll be back Sunday with a great conversation. Like, share, subscribe so we can be known on the YouTube algorithms if you like what you hear. WNBA Shutdown, y'all. Going down to the last couple months to see if the league is done or not. Pete here, Unpopular Celebrities.